As you may have experienced, breeding pals with perfect IVs with the desired passives is painful. So after hundreds of hours of testing and breeding thousands of eggs, I bring you the best way to pass on IVs and passives efficiently. There are a few requirements we're going to have to go over first. One of them may or may not require you to download a mod to remove an element of the RNG. Firstly, you will need Yakumo to be condensed to 4 stars with the desired passives. In this guide, I'll use my DPS build as an example, being Musclehead, Serenity, and Impatient. I'd also include Legend, but Yakumo is unable to pass on this passive. You'll also need a healthy Cake, Sphere, and Gold Farm, a fast flyer like Jet Dragon, either ability glasses or mods like Power Analyzer and Power IVs, and a ridiculous number of incubators unless you have instant hatching. I have already made a video going over Yakumo's ability and a passive gold farm. There will be a link at the end of the guide and in the description for you to watch later. Also, smash that subscribe button. I'm releasing videos weekly, so stay tuned for those and regular Palworld news.
Okay, Von, how do we breed these pals together?
You're missing one critical step. You're gonna hate it, but once you start breeding, you're gonna love it. And that's to catch pals with a minimum of 90 IVs into 2 different stats. Yes, the spawn rate is low, but that's only half the battle. Even if you do find pals with 90 IVs, only catch the ones with no passives or the desired passives you're looking for. If you try to breed a pal with passives you do not want, you will struggle to get rid of the passives later. So it pays to be picky. Once you find the ideal pal, summon Yakumo when you go to capture it. This will give you a greater chance to pass on the desired passives, which will save you time in breeding later. Ideally, you want to find a male and female with opposite passives and IVs. Example, a male with 90 IVs into health and attack with Musclehead and Serenity. A female with 90 into health and defense with Impatient and Serenity. The more passives and IVs the parents have in common, the more likely the offspring will inherit those traits. Now, in my opinion, when you start farming IVs, you should start with legendary pals like Frostallion and Jet Dragon. They naturally come with a legend passive, and boss pals have a higher chance to spawn with 90 plus IVs. With these bosses, you can use the rendering trick to reset the IVs and passives until you get the wild pal, which spawns with what you're looking for. Using a fast flyer like Jet Dragon speeds up this process. The ability glasses allow you to see the wild pal's IVs, and if you have chosen to download the mod Power Analyzer, you can see the wild pal's passives. Say we caught a male and female Frostallion from the example we used earlier. This is the passives and IVs they'll have. Firstly, breed these 2 pals together until you get a male and female Frostallion without Ice Emperor and with a combination to allow you to breed towards your perfect pal. With Ice Emperor gone, we will continue to breed until we hatch a Frostallion who is an improvement over either the male or female. This could be 3 stats with 90 plus IVs, or maybe more desired passives than the parent gender. What we don't want to introduce is a pal who has better IVs, but with passives we do not desire, or vice versa. This needs to be an overall improvement. Because if you choose to introduce a gold passive like Infinite Stamina and try to replace it with a common passive like Impatient, you will have a very difficult time making that work, since gold passives take priority when passing on to baby pals. That's why I will repeat, do not accept pals which have passives you do not require in the long run. It is much easier to pass on passives when there is a blank space for the desired passive to move on to. Now you have the perfect Frostallion. Well, not quite perfect yet. If you insist on getting 100 IVs into each stat, go farm dog coins and purchase Life Fruit, Power Fruit, and Stout Fruit to increase the pal's health, attack, and defense permanently by 10. If you have drop rates increased, you could argue that it's quicker to farm dog coins and only breed the passives you want. But if you're on vanilla settings like me, then farming 500 dog coins for each fruit is a lot of time. From all this hard work you put into your Frostallion, you can now pass it on to other pals. So say you want a perfect Blasmate. Use this breeding line to achieve that. You know what? Why don't we get the perfect Yeomentide while we're at it? Again, only breed either blank pals or pals that share the desired passives. Only pals you can't do this with is pals who can only breed with themselves. But that's why we started with Frostallion. But say the meta changes and we didn't get these passives. Personally, I'll keep a perfect IV for Stallion with Legend as its only passive, since right now Legend is used on every build apart from base builds, and one passive is easier to remove later than 4. If this video has been helpful, then please like and subscribe. Click on my Yakumo video here to understand the mechanics and also my passive gold farm. Come join us on Twitch for my weekend streams where we share more up-to-date Palworld knowledge, and join the Numbot community on Discord. Bye guys.